Buried deep inside the text of the bill is a measure at taking down a nearly $30 billion U.S. industry. Brandon Gomez joins us now to talk me through this. All right, what is in that bill?
Yeah, so you have to look at the fine print, right? First, we have to understand, though, how we got here. So there's language in the 2018 Farm Bill, passed under the first Trump administration, that legalized hemp. Now, that's the non-intoxicating cousin of marijuana. But without getting too into the weeds, that's also opened the door for chemists to extract compounds and create products that work around the law, still mimic the intoxicating effect of cannabis, think THC gummies or beverages. Okay, well, today, Congress is moving to close that hemp loophole. The new measure, tucked into the funding bill, would ban those intoxicating hemp-derived products, too. Now, if passed, the bill gives companies a one-year off-ramp, rare for a ban, but likely to adjust or push for clearer regulation. Executives saying to me that's actually a good thing, meant to give good actors here an opportunity to establish guardrails similar to the alcohol industry. Now, the worry is if the bill passes and nothing is changed, the legal market will go dark and business goes underground. Tilray issuing a statement condemning misguided prohibitionist measures and calling instead for responsible hemp regulations. And that's the concern, Contessa. The debate over the language by Congress even pitted Kentucky senators against one another. Rand Paul calling it a death blow to hemp farmers, McConnell on the opposite side. We're talking about a multi-billion-dollar hemp market for nearly 24 states, though, that already have their own hemp product laws that will stay in effect at least for the next year or so.
Yeah, but if you're an investor in Tilray or Charlotte's Web or many of the other companies here, you have to wonder whether this is a time to take your money out of these companies before there's federal regulation that keeps them from operating.
And obviously, there's been the debate, too, about the legalization or rather just the adjustment and rescheduling of cannabis as well, right? The president has been in support of that. There were a lot of headlines, too, that the president was in support of this ban. But those in the industry that I was speaking with saying, I think the president is just in support of reopening the government and dealing with this issue further down the line.
You've also been covering the decline in drinking and the impact on, beer and alcohol makers. Are they likely to cheer this?
These are alternative products to that industry, right? So there are those who are saying, no, actually, we do celebrate the hemp ban because that will give more room on shelves for our products. On the opposite side, you have the wholesalers who are moving these products, right? They're saying, look, we want regulation similar to the alcohol industry. If people aren't drinking, we need other types of products to put on the shelves that they are turning towards. And that's where the consumer demand comes into question.